Hello all, welcome back to my channel DevOps Mela. In my previous lecture, we created a web application named as Pole, and this is the web page which we launched in our last project. So moving forward, the things which we did last time was basically very simple web page which we launched. So what So as I said earlier, we would be creating a separate template folder itself, and we'll keep this HTTP response separate. So we'll have a HTML templates created inside it, and using that template will fetch those pages. Okay. So first come first, inside this poll folder at the same level, create a new folder called templates. Okay. Once it is created, you will see a templates folder inside the poll application, your web application. Now create a application name folder inside it. Okay, and we want a home page, so create a index.html. So the reason I've asked you to create a template inside this particular web application itself, because this because we for now we have very simple web application what we have created. Once your website grows and if you have multiple web application, you will have n number of templates. So if you're keeping the template with the respective web application, it would be very easy to manage. Okay, so that's why. So always when Django is looking for your template page, it will come and look over here. Under template, it will look for your web application name and your HTML page. So that's why I've asked you to create a template. Inside that, create your application name and start keeping your templates inside it. Okay, so this is my HTML page. Let's just have something very simple. First header: welcome to channel DevOps Mail. Okay, very simple page which I would be creating. So the only thing we are checking, like we are keeping things separate. So I'm not including this content now in my views.py, which was absolutely wrong. So that's why I've created it separately. Now let's go to my views.py inside my poll application. Okay, so previously we have created something like this. Let's just strike it down. So I won't be using that now. So I'll create a new function called index itself. Will have again request as a parameter, which argument which I'm passing. Okay, this time instead of using HTTP response, I would be using render. Okay, so render, it takes multiple parameters inside it. So let's see how it works. So it's a return render, will pass the request inside it, so whatever the user request is, and we'll give the response as well. So my HTML page is the response. So in order to define the template HTML page over here, you should have the application name polls followed by your HTML page, that's index.html. This is the way you can pass an HTML information in your views.py. Okay, so it's a simple views what we have defined. Let's go back to your urls.py. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, but again in my previous lecture I said we should keep a urls.py file like separate from a project file. We should not include it. So I'll be creating a urls.py file inside my web application itself. Okay, so this way uh, my web application will have its own templates file and it will have its own urls.py file. So let's create a file name inside polls. Let's name it as urls.py. Right? The similar thing we have to do over here. We have to import this particular line, Django.urls import path. So we need the path module over here. and the format would be the similar format, that's URL patterns inside the brackets. Okay, so I'll be using this. So this particular line is not needed, let's remove it. And this is not needed because that will directly come as polls. Like when you type your domain name slash polls, it will directly fall in your home bracket. Uh, that would be your default home page, I would say, for your poll application. And again, you have to import from polls dot views, import a function name, that is index. This is the one way of calling a module or package in your in your uh, .py file, but there are various ways. Like from similarly we can do it as from dot is my current directory. Okay, import current directory with current web application project folder page. Import, we can do this way also, views. Okay, or we can do this from dot views, import index. So there are several ways you can call it. Okay, how you want to do. The most preferred way, what I think is you can give it this way: from polls, import will import the complete views. If you don't have much views, or if you want to have only specific views, then you can go follow the previous way. And over here we can just do as views dot index. Okay, so this way you can define your own, your web application own urls.py file, and you're keeping things separate, so you're not you're not fidgeting around the project page. Okay, so you have all your web applications things separate. So in future when you're going for a reusable app setting, so this would be very helpful for you. Okay, but there's one setting which needs to be done, because your project file should be aware like what exactly you're doing, and it should take you back there. So you have to include one more module called include over here. Okay, because this line is not important required now. Okay, so what we are doing, I'll explain in a minute, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so this slash pull looks good to me. Just write include, and the bracket just write polls dot urls. Okay, so let me explain you what this include does. So this include function allows referencing the url.conf file. So you're referencing, you're telling url.conf file, go and check the polls url.conf file. So whenever Django encounter include, it chops off whatever part of the URL match up to the point and sends remaining string to the include URL config. Okay, so what happens exactly when you type your domain name slash polls, it will chop off rest of the things, and it will pass this information to this polls.urls call, which will indirectly will take you at this particular location. Okay. Okay, so we have updated a URL file, we have included the URL file, and everything is set. So let's go and run the server and see if we are able to launch our web page or not. Okay, the command to run a server is python manage.py run server. Okay, so there's no error. Let's go on your web browser and launch 127. 8000 is the default port, sorry, and this is the web application. Oh, so we're getting an error, template does not exist. Okay, so all this information you're getting because there's a debugging mode on. So this is when you're developing, it's good, but make sure once you're launching this web application, uh, off the debugging mode. We'll talk about that later, but for now let's concentrate on this exception what I'm getting. Template does not exist, so my web page is not getting this particular index.html page. So the reason for this, I purposely did this error because I want you guys to see like how the error looks if something fails. So if you go and check, you have created a web application, everything you created a project, everything is going fine, but your project is not aware like what web application you have created. So you have to go in setting.py, and you have to inform your project that I've created a web application, please accommodate that. So the way to do it, go in setting.py, come near install.apps, okay, under single quotes, put polls would be your application name dot app, that's your apps dot followed by polls config. This is the class, and always put a comma at the end after writing. So this is the class where your project will look for a web for your application. So this class is found inside your web application itself. If you go inside your web application, there is a file name apps.py which has this class information. See, class polls.config. So your Django project will come and look for this class, and it, Django will be able to find your web application now. Okay, let's it's reloaded automatically. Your Whenever you do some changes, your server will reload itself automatically. Okay, so we are good. Now let's refresh this page. Working absolutely fine. Okay, things are working for me. Okay, so what exactly, let's recap what exactly we did. We separated a template file. Okay, we have created a new template file, that's templates, and inside it I have a page called index.html. Okay, and we created a new url.py file for our web application. So we separated the URL file as well. The only setting which I did, like I've updated my project URL.py file to go and look polls.url.py. Okay, and my view is serving, like it's giving, we use the function called render over here, which takes a request and it takes the path of your template file. Okay, so when I'm getting a request from the user from domain/polls, it comes here first, then it checks, okay, we have an include, it goes here, it checks, we have to check for a views.index, then it goes here in the views.py file, and views.py file gives a response with this page index.html, and in our index.html we have welcome to channel DevOps mailer. This is how we separate things in Django. So each and every module is separated. Okay, so that it can be easily plugged and play wherever you want. Okay, so even though if I go and change the URL like to something else, it won't affect my view.py file. Okay, like the way it is polls over here, if I want to go and change it to something else also, like if I want to change it to like polls home. Okay, so it's not affecting my views, it's not affecting my URL, nor it's affecting my any settings. The only difference over here would be when I'm running this, I'm not getting anything. I'll have to go back to home now, poll.home. Welcome to the channel DevOps Now. So this is how good the Django is. You can easily fidget around whatever changes directly if you want to change. It won't impact your other services which is running. Okay, so thank you guys. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and please do subscribe. If like by subscribing, I'll come to know people are liking my video, and I'll be motivated, and I'll be making more videos. Okay, please do subscribe, and thank you. And in my next lecture, I'll be covering models.py, and there are a few other settings which needs to be updated, and we'll talk about what is migration. Okay, in my next video. Thank you guys. Keep keep supporting.